So on a typical game day, we'll serve approximately 1,500 servings of popcorn, 1,200 hot dogs, 1,100 chicken tenders. Then you have the burgers and the tacos and the salads and it really does become, a moment where you take pause and say, wow, how did we just serve thousands of anything? I think you have to be wired a certain way. I think you need to have a little bit of a screw loose, to be quite honest with you, because it's so hard. You guys ready to rock and roll? My title is Vice President of Hospitality and Strategy. So my day typically starts around 9:30. We have a bunch of calls and there's always something to be ready for that evening's event or game. We are gearing for the transition of a weekend full of fantastic concerts into an amazing Nets game. And we're expecting another sellout. So that is a real 180 because now we're shifting from really high bar sales to high food sales. Headed to you in Crown. Yeah, headed to you in Crown. The calm before the storm for us is the walkthrough. So we've got really a couple of hours, starting about 2.5 to 3 hours before doors, where we're ready for our team members to join us so they can start helping us get all of our areas ready. It's one thing to kind of hear that everything's on track and doing well. It's a very different thing to see it for yourself. Ladies, how are you? Hey, how are you? Thank you. Good to see you. So we have several clubs within the Barclays Center. Some of our others are the Qatar Club, 40/40 Club. So in general, we have 3 clubs total, Crown Club being the third. This is our pantry in our Crown Club. So this is where all of our Crown guests get to enjoy what we affectionately refer to as a Willy Wonka experience. The Crown Club is our brand new Ken Folk designed major food group curated in partnership with us event space for our courtside guests, or as we affectionately refer to them, the folks with their feet on the wood. The Crown Club opens 30 minutes earlier than the rest of general doors, and that's because of the style of service. We need to get guests sat down a little bit quicker so we can get them their meal and onto the court for their action. Jimmy, fresh haircut. You doing all right? About to check in with Chef Livio a little ahead of schedule. And I think based on the post-game reservations we had, we're in solid shape, so you shouldn't be a bad one, all right?
Easy money.
Easy money, easy money.
This is the spicy rigatoni that we serve in the Crown Club. We probably serve anywhere between, I would say, 150 to 200 orders a night, on average. This is our most popular dish by far.
So Executive Chef Livio, one of the best culinarians I've ever worked with, and I think more than that, one of the best people I've ever gotten a chance to know, and he makes this job a lot of fun.
I spend more time with him than I spend with my wife.
So the way our kitchen spaces are organized is they're thankfully spread out amongst the operation so we can get the hottest food to our guests the fastest. So we basically have 3 commissary kitchens that really handle all of our major service locations. Livio oversees every single bite of food that comes through all those departments. So our suite level kitchen does all of our clubs on the suite level, including 40/40, and does all the suites, but also handles our catering.
So 40/40 Club, we do chef tables out there, really nice buffet setups. People kind of walk through, they kind of graze and take, food from all the different areas. The suites is more of an individualized setup. People order packages, they order a la carte as well, and then we send the food out there, the cold food, the hot food. It's set up right before they go in the suite, and then they walk in there and everything's there. They have an attendant who helps serve them and also comes back and gets more food and whatnot during the evening. This is our dry-aged tomahawk. It is dry-aged for 28 days. We serve it upstairs in suites. This is a huge seller as part of the steakhouse package. I think one of the joys about cooking here at the Barclays Center is not only do we have the clubs where we can do a little bit more fine dining, but we also have the concessions where we can try to, do like a really nice wing or a really good burger, hot dogs. We get a chance to play with everything. So,
Suites seems very uncomplicated to the naked eye because there's 15 people in a room enjoying food, right? Times that by 80, 86, depending on the amount of suites that are booked that night, or if some party suites got expanded to host bigger groups. And so effectively what you're doing is serving 86 separate parties.
The next dish that we're gonna do here is our Barclays Burger. So we serve this in concessions, we serve it in suites, we serve it in 40/40 Club, we serve it down here in the Qatar Club. I'm gonna say we probably serve about 1,000 pounds of ground meat per game, at least. Probably a little bit more than that. And our burger is 4 ounces, so if you could calculate that, that's a lot of burgers, right? I think if you're coming to a sports game, number one is you want something you can just hold in your hand. More than anything else, I think people love simple food, something they can relate to, and also they want it to be delicious. So that's it. That's our Barclays Burger 2.0.
A check-in for suites is around 4:15. That's when we start pushing the cold food out, and then that all leads up to our big hot food push at around 20 minutes to 30 minutes before doors.
So essentially what we do is we get in all our pre-orders and we print everything out so we know exactly how many packages we have and we can label the stuff accordingly. In a normal restaurant, right, you're getting tickets as things are coming in, right? People are ordering, you get a ticket. We basically have a book of tickets, right?
Our suites operation is something I'm probably the most proud of, along with all the other great stuff we do, because they're so consistent. As complicated and intricate as it can be, I think our systems support that intricacy and really help execute it well. So right now it's 5:30. We're doing our big hot food push into the suites, and at the same time, all of our clubs, Qatar and 40/40, are pushing out of their club's food at the same time. So this is peak hour for the kitchens.
I need a spatula, please.
So we're gonna start getting it out to the suites now. So on a typical game night amongst all of our departments, we're serving 18,000 people in about 2.5 or 3 hours. Without exaggeration, that's typically spread out across every single club and concession stand or catering and suites. Ready for tonight? How you doing, Margaret? You good?
How you doing, man?
Good to see you. Hey. Ladies, hello. I love my team. That's what I love the most about them, that we are a team. They wanted to see the best suites team in the business. We have an hourly team membership of around 650 people on any given game day. From that, we're almost 1,100 with the amount of part-timers and availability, but without them, nothing could happen. One of the cool parts about having opened the building is I actually hired a lot of these folks. So we have a connection 8, 9, 10 years old already. You guys good?
Thank you, yeah.
Awesome. Let's get it. Sorry, one sec. Super urgent. With all this going on, with being in this action-packed environment of live guests and food service, there's also a very heavy administrative part of this job. And on average, I'll get between 300 and 400 emails, dozens of text messages, phone calls, group texts, WhatsApp alerts, and it really just doesn't stop all day. And the nature of our business is there are a lot of last-minute requests that we do everything we can to accommodate. So being glued to your phone and making sure you don't miss anything is really mission critical to making sure there's a flawless experience. We've got about 30 minutes for doors. The worst part of my day, I would say, is that 1 minute before doors. Because that 1 minute before doors, all the self-doubt comes crashing in. Are we as prepared as we think we are? When I did my walkthrough, did I miss something? Because those 18,000 people are coming, whether I like it or not. It is 7:23, and we're in the atrium, but looks like it's a great crowd coming in a nice, orderly fashion, so we're in good shape. The department with the most variables and has the most challenges is definitely concessions. It's just such a juggernaut. So feeding 16,000 guests in 2 hours is no small feat. How are you? This amazing team of ladies holds down one of the busiest stands in the entire building. People can't leave Barclays Center without a fuku chicken sandwich or a set of fuku chicken tenders. So the majority of our concession stands are considered mini kitchens. So we do all of the cooking and preparation live in those stands.
Danny Zachariah, 107, main concourse. Walk through those double doors, come right in to the stand. We got you.
Let them know who's making this. Let them know who's making this. Right on, right on. These people are excellent. Come get them. Barclays.
This is exactly what we love to see in the Brooklyn market. Nice and busy and getting a lot of traction for our local businesses. So right now we're at halftime. This is our biggest crunch to get all of our guests served. We have 15 minutes to really get it right so we can get them back in their seats to watch the game.
Following guests.
So during halftime, section 1 or 101 is the eye of the storm for service. So our guests really tend to congregate there because it's their first opportunity to make a food purchase, first opportunity to make a beverage purchase, and they take full advantage of it. So far we're feeling really good. Lines are moving, food is in the windows, guests are being served, and right now we're just gonna make sure all of our guests are happy. You can enter right this way, guys. How you doing, guys? You wanna line up right back there, let's take care of you real fast. So immediately followed by that eye of the storm is the calm of the wake of the storm. But it is pretty impressive to watch the spike followed by the inevitable gear down because it all happens within 6 minutes. So now we're headed down to the Crown Club because it's post game and that's the next big push for the Crown.
This price solo, 224. What's cancel? One table. One table's cancel. One crave, one burger medium, one fry, guys.
This job is very challenging. And so with that challenge becomes just such an incredible amount of reward. You feel a sense of accomplishment. You get through a game, you get through a playoff, you get to sit back and realize there's not a lot of people that can do this. That orchestra is something that gives me chills literally as I'm telling you. It's so crazy to think it can all work out. And not only does it work out, but it works out to a super high level. And with just an amazing group of great people that are high-fiving with their last bit of energy, are smiling and high-fiving on their way out the door 16 hours later, just to come do it all over again. And the scene's fixing it. Thank you so much. We'll talk. It's 11 p.m. The game is over. We did it. Another successful one in the books. My day is about halfway done. I've got another 3 or 4 hours of emails and other things to dig out of and planning for the next one and the next one and the next one. But it's been an absolute blast. You guys are welcome back to Barclays Center anytime. Have a great night. Let's go Nets.